You have to try 10 reps of this hamstring stretch. It is a game changer for anyone who wants to run faster, who wants to prevent injury. Hi everyone, Steve Gonzo, physical therapist with Run Smart, talking all about run form for this month, and we're doing that because we have an upcoming Need for Speed program where we teach people to open their strides so they can run faster. Now this program is perfect for anyone who shuffles, who struggles finishing runs strong, who just feels like they can't pick their feet up, and that every mile gets a little bit slower, every kilometer gets a little bit slower as the race or run goes on. Part of what we do in Need for Speed, by the way, there's the link in this post. If you're interested in Need for Speed, we only run this program once a year. There is a link in this post. But one of the things we do is we don't even just teach just drills. A lot of times for the drills, you also need the anatomy. And if you're going to improve your run form, but you have tightness and weakness in certain spots, it's going to be a drag, and it's going to be like a rubbing brake on a bike. You can work the drills, you can work on your run form, but if you don't have the anatomy, it just doesn't work. So in previous videos, I talked about hip flexor stretching, quad stretching, and now we're going to talk about hamstring stretching. So give this one a try. This is way different than the touch your toes stuff that a lot of people are used to, or laying on the floor, tugging on your foot. What we're going to do here is we're going to do a dynamic hamstring stretch. We're going to catch different parts of the hamstring, we're going to rotate it, we're going to glide it, because all those things are happening when we run, and tightness can happen in any spot. So traditionally, what we'll do is I'll have someone put their foot up on a chair. Don't know if you guys can see that well enough, but we're going to try it anyways. So foot up on a chair, and all I'm going to have you start with is just to sit back, keep your spine straight, and you're going to sit back and let that stretch. Now a lot of people are used to doing this thing, but look at my spine. All I'm doing is stretching for my back there. So I like to have my runner stay up tall and bow from the waist, and you'll catch the hamstring pretty quick. The toes will be lightly lifted, and you're not going to jack them up, because then you're going to start getting sciatic nerve. You don't want that. So once you're there, you're just going to pause for a couple seconds, and then you're going to glide off of it. You're going to glide back on and glide off of it. Now someone had a question about this earlier. Like, I'm okay if you guys hang on during this, because this is supposed to be a stretch. It's not supposed to be a balance exercise. So if you need to hang on, go ahead and do that. But this is just like the sagittal plane, which is really important, because as you run, you need to be able to swing that leg through. If you can't swing the leg through, you're not going to open your stride, and you're just going to be dragged back down. So this is where this gets a little tricky. We're going to go into dynamic mode, and there's two other planes. You have your forward plane, but you also have your side to side, and you also have your twisting and turning. So let's catch that hamstring similarly. I'm going to put this in front of you guys now, and I'm going to put my foot up. Can't really see it that well. So here, foot's up, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go back until we feel that stretch, but instead of holding there, I'm just going to glide my hips left and right, and I'll answer that question in a minute, Holly. And we'll go left to right. Now when I glide to the right, we're going to get that lateral hamstring coming all the way up into the butt, and we come this way, we'll get a little bit more growing. But you're going to start feeling this one in different parts of your hamstring. So there's no really long holds. You can come off, let that stretch go away, and then come back onto it and go here, inside to side. So this is our frontal plane. You'll do 10 of each here, side to side, and you'll definitely feel that one, especially when you glide it to the outside. Now that's where a lot of people are going wrong when they're looking at improving their hamstring length, is they're just tugging on feet, they're lifting their foot up over the head. You need this sucker to be dynamic, so make sure that you're doing a dynamic stretch. Now the third part of this, and by the way, this is one of many stretches we use in Need for Speed, and it's really, really important to have good hamstring length if you want to run faster. You cannot open your stride to get more speed if you have tight hamstrings just pulling back on you. Anything that you're getting faster with is in spite of or despite your hamstring length. So we want to make sure we have a good hamstring, good hip flexor length, and then the drills work really well, which we teach in Need for Speed too. So real quick before I show you this last one, if you're interested in Need for Speed, we only run this once a year. Either the price is going up or program's closing depending on when you watch this. So be sure to check out the link in the post. Okay, last one, we did front to back, we did side to side. Now we have our rotation. A lot of people get this one wrong, so make sure that you're dialed in here. We're going to put our foot up, we're going to glide back until that starts to stretch. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lock myself in onto my hips. I'm going to open my hips. I'll get that right up into the groin, up into where it attaches to my pelvis. And then we're going to keep ourselves straight. We're not going to slump. We're going to turn over that, and you're going to feel that light up right on the outside there. So now we're catching groin and lateral hamstring in two different ways. Now a lot of people will do something wrong here. They'll actually be taking their leg in and out. Keep your pelvis square to start. Keep your foot facing straight ahead. This leg does not move. You're just going to open and close, and you're going to do that on both sides. There's no long holds. These work great before or after a run, but this is like, if you struggle with hamstring length, this is way better, guys, than pulling on your foot, you know, bending forward, reaching for your toes. This is what really works, and is a huge benefit to running faster. I can't say it enough. I talked about hip flexor flexibility, hamstring length. You can't run faster if those areas are tight. And then you need the drills to learn how to do that too. So be sure to check it out. We are prices either going up or closing on Need for Speed. We only run it once a year. Be sure to check it out. 4-week boot camp where I'll teach you all the stretches, exercises, and the training, including audio runs where you can take me on your run with you in your ear to work on your drills. And the cool thing about Need for Speed, guys, is you get to see results very quickly. So be sure to check it out and try that hamstring out and let me know in the comments how it feels. All right, everyone, have a great night.